Okay, guys, welcome back for another interview that I'm doing for this video. Right now, I've got with me Melina, all the way from Switzerland. Am I right?
Yes, exactly.
Hi, Melina. Thank you so much for coming along and joining me for this bit of a discussion to talk about your story. You are someone on social media who promotes the carnivore diet, someone who's also eating a carnivorous lifestyle. So, would you mind please just telling us just a little bit about yourself? Tell us about who you are, how did you find the carnivore diet, and what did you experience when eating this way?
Okay, so thank you so much for having me. So, as you say, I live in Switzerland and I'm a mom. I have three kids, I'm married, and I'm a physical therapist. And I was looking for, I was pregnant, I put a lot of weight, so I was looking just for losing weight. And I checked on the internet and I saw the keto diet. So I was on keto diet for 4 years almost. And then it was good, actually. I really like it. I saw a lot of benefits. I lost my weight, so it was good. But then I heard about the carnivore diet, and I
Mhm.
just wanted to try, with no reason. I just wanted to try to see how it is and to experiment it. And I
Mhm.
started in 2022, and then I saw so many benefits more than the keto diet. Like it was the
Mm.
same benefits, but better, So
Mm.
I mean, it was like a surprise because I didn't know I would like it. Eating meat all the time, it was not my style. I like it,
Yeah.
so I like, the keto substitute, all the keto products, like transform products, but keto compatible. I don't know how to say. So
Yeah.
for me, I thought that I wouldn't like it, but then
Mm.
yeah, I really like it. So I saw many benefits. So the first benefit, it was, of course, losing weight. I had the irritable bowel colon. How do we say in
Mhm.
English? Say like this, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I had it from many years, and we tried with the doctor, to see how we can heal it, and nothing helped. So I saw
Mm.
benefits with keto diet, but it was really better with carnivore. Now I don't have it anymore. I have headache as well, so I don't have it anymore. I had acne as well. I don't have it. So, so many things that help me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And so, how long has it been now since you've eaten a carnivore diet?
Almost, no, yeah, 2 years. Yeah. Yeah, it was in
Wow,
June.
two
So,
years.
yeah.
That's a long time. Well done.
Yeah, not enough. I would like to be, like 10 years and to tell everybody, yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not enough, to speak because people say sometimes you will see like it will get worse with your health. People who are against it. So I would
Mm,
prefer
mm.
to be like 20 years, 30 years, but it's okay. It will come.
That's it. That's right. Well, you know what? It will come. 8 more years to go. You'll reach the 10-year mark, and then because I've been doing it also for 3 years,
Yes,
maybe around 7 to 8 years from now, we'll look back and we say, "Hey, look at us compared to."
that's true.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So, going back actually to your keto days, how did you come across the keto diet? First of all, because that's another thing that you know.
Yeah, I just saw it on the internet, like keto diet for losing for
Yeah.
for weight. Like I was like, okay, let's check. I tried many things in my past because I was old. I not always, but almost always in diets. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
low risk, or I tried many things. So I was like,
Mm,
okay,
mm, mm.
let's try. Maybe it's good. And first, it was good because I did a clean keto diet, so it was really
Yes.
good. But then I saw on Instagram many people who were cooking, with the almond flour, with a sugar substitute, like things like this, and make
Yeah.
keto cookie, and I was like, wow, it's amazing. I can find the same diet as I had before. I can find the same in the keto diet. So
Yes.
I did the dirty keto, and then I put on weight again, like 10 kilos.
Yeah.
And that was my problem, because when I started to see all these products, it was really
Yeah.
difficult for me to say no to them. So
Mm.
that's why I'm better in carnivore, because it's more strict, and for me it's better, because I think I could be okay in a clean carnivore, in a clean keto diet, but very
Mm.
clean, but it was too hard for me, because I knew that I could try all the things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think, I don't know, it was more a struggle than now. I don't know why. I think it's just in my
Okay.
head. Now I know that I can
Yeah.
eat it, I don't want it, and it's okay. But when I knew I could, it was always a struggle.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I also started off with keto as well. And what I found was it made it easy for me to transition into carnivore. Did you find it the same? Was it easy to
Yeah,
just get everything out of your diet except for meat?
yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
Very easy, actually.
Very easy.
And for
Yeah.
you, it was?
Uh, I can't say it was easy. There was some short period, maybe about a couple of weeks, where the first week of carnivore was actually, I actually experienced a couple of things. Like, how they talk about the keto rash when
Yeah,
you get yeah, I had that when I
okay.
went carnivore.
Not when you went
Um,
to diet.
no,
Okay.
no, yeah. So I experienced nothing with keto until I went carnivore. So I had some sort of a rash breakout a week after doing carnivore. And actually, when I look back at it, it could have been also oxalate dumping,
Okay.
because I had, with the keto diet, I was still eating a lot of high oxalate foods as well.
Yes.
So, I cut all those foods out completely, had the rash. And then after that, it was pretty easy. I just said to myself, I have to try. I have to
Yeah.
see how it goes. Yeah. 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 So, what does your diet look like right now? Has it changed
Since the beginning, you
since
mean?
since you started? Yeah, the carnivore diet.
It changed, yeah. Because when I started, it was more, I don't know, we can't say dirty carnivore, but it was like
Yeah.
more with a lot of dairy products, and a lot with processed meat as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sausage and cold cuts, and I was eating a lot of this. And
Mm.
now I'm more with red meat. Like basically,
Mm.
it's red meat, sometimes chicken, sometimes shrimp, sometimes because I like it.
Yes, yes.
It's less dairy product as well. I just drink raw milk
Okay.
now from time to time, and cheese, but less than before. Before I was using the cheese like a treat, like it took the place of the sugar. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
find something else. So the cheese was this, but now it's more clean. I don't know how to say. So yeah, almost no processed food as well. Just when I'm traveling, because when I'm on the road, I think it's very difficult, to find
Of
a good
course.
restaurant, or yeah, it's more difficult. So that's why
Mm.
it's more like cold cuts. Yeah, we call it like this, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep. Cold cuts. Yeah.
easier, because you can find it on the road, and you can keep it on your bag. So yeah, but normally on a normal day, it's a red meat and egg.
That's perfect. And eggs too. Yeah. 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 I've heard that Switzerland. You've got a lot of options for cheese and your cold cuts of meat as well. So one day when I do go, hopefully to Switzerland or in Europe, I get to try that.
So
Yeah. How has it been socially? Because, oftentimes when people ask me about carnivore, they ask me, how do you do it when you have to deal with going to parties and going to friends' house or birthday parties? What do you do? How is it like for you socially?
So with my family now, it's okay because they
Mm,
know it, and even
yeah.
if my parents, my mother is very against it, So every time she's telling me that I need to change. She's not okay with it, but now
Mm,
the beginning was very hard. She didn't change her cooking when I was going, but now she always makes something for me. So there is always meat, and I can just take meat and don't take the vegetables or the carbs.
mm,
So that's good. With my other like family from my
mm.
husband, it's also the same. They really
Oh,
respect me, so
that's
that's really good because sometimes I'm like, okay, if you want to do something else, I can take my own meat, but they are always cooking something for me. So for with my family, it's very good. When I go to the restaurant, it's quite easy because I can
mm.
always find meat. We have really good restaurants with meat, so I just ask meat without anything else.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite. I think it's easier to go to the restaurants than in a friend's house, because in restaurants you
Right.
you have choice and you can take what you want. So now my friends know, so it's okay. It's
Yeah.
when we go out, they know that I take something else. I think the most difficult is when I'm invited in some house that you don't know the people very well,
Mm,
not
yes.
close friend, and it's like acquaintance. I don't, yeah, like some people you meet, but you don't know. And when it's like this, I don't say anything and I eat what they cook because I don't want to how do we say, to make them uncomfortable because maybe they
Yeah.
don't know how to cook,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we cook also a lot of pasta. When you sometimes when you have guests, you just make pasta, so I know that if I ask them to cook meat, maybe it will be too expensive for them if we are many people. So, for example, this Sunday, I'm invited in a couple. They invited us, and I know that it will be different than what I eat normally, but I will eat it
Mm,
because I don't want to disturb them.
yes.
So, yeah, from time to time, I eat what people cook.
Mm, mm.
So for me, it's not difficult socially actually, because I can adapt always. And if I go out of carnivores, sometimes it's okay. I don't go to party. I don't, so it's easy for me. I don't drink alcohol, so that's not a problem. And if I'm invited to a wedding, for example, it
Mm,
depends. Sometimes I just stay in carnivore, and sometimes I eat something else. So
mm,
it's
mm.
quite
Yeah, I think you're right. It is easy because I never thought it was a diet that you had to be forever strict, because how can you be strict when the world around you doesn't eat what you eat, like there's nothing you can do about it.
yes,
You can't be mad at the world for for
yeah,
having these kinds of foods, and especially with the people that you live with, you can't just say, oh no, carbohydrates bad for you, don't eat it. It's not.
yeah, exactly.
You,
I think if you don't feel any symptom when you go out, when you eat
yeah.
carbs, for example, it's okay because for
Mm,
me, I can eat sugar and I will not feel anything if it's just for one day. If it's one
yeah.
week, weeks, I will feel the symptom again. But if it's just one meal, it's okay. I know some people who will eat sugar like just one spoon and they will feel everything
Oh
again.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Me.
you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the people, but I mean, I'm very lucky to not feel anything, so I
Yeah.
use it from time to time, and I think it's good because we can do it without being feeling guilty,
Mm,
and the next day we go back to carnivore, and it's easy.
that's right. Yeah. Well, that's great to hear because yeah, just so also people who are new who are watching, it doesn't have to be forever. A scary thing where you get rid of pasta or bread forever.
Yeah,
Sometimes you have to adapt, um, and so you just have to do what you have to do. And how about you? Also have kids? You said you're a mom.
yes.
Um, how is it like being a mother? And do you try to encourage your kids to eat meat or even carnivore?
No, they're not in any diet. But yeah, I was wondering, when I changed, when I became a carnivore, I was thinking what's the best for them, but I didn't want to give them some, how do we say, eating disorder,
Mm,
because
mm, mm,
I know that when I saw my mom when I was a kid and I saw that she was dieting all the time, I know that it didn't help me. And I know that it impacts me, even if I didn't want to. You see
mm,
her not eating, fasting, things like this, and speaking about the weight. And of course, it's impacting you. Yeah. So I
mm,
didn't want this for my kids. So I always say to my husband, I will never speak about weight in front of my kids, because I don't
mm,
want them to know that I'm struggling with this. And for the food, I was before I was on the carnivore diet. I was fasting, the evening.
yeah.
I was in intermittent fasting, and it
Yes.
was a problem for me because of them. Because I didn't want them to think, she's not
Mm,
eating, so she thinks she's fat, or things like this. So now that I'm on the carnivore diet, I'm really happy because they see me eating a lot all the time.
yeah.
So, for example, just to say, okay, I'm eating and I'm just not dieting, or just eating some salad because I ate too
Mm,
much last day. So this is the first thing that I like about carnivore. And then now, we spoke about it. I told them why I'm eating only meat, so they know. I told them it's because of the benefits and because it's better
mm,
for
mm.
health. So
Yes.
I'm cooking meat every meal, so they have
Mm,
meat. But I add sometimes vegetables. Sometimes I'm trying to add a little carbs, just because I want them to not to try everything, but not to be in a diet since they are a kid. But
mm,
I'm trying really to teach them, and with the
mm.
sugar as well, because sometimes they are invited in a friend's house and they will eat
Yes.
candy. So I don't want them to feel frustrated. So I say,
Yes.
okay, from time to time, I'm trying to cook with them. Like we try to cook candy without sugar, to
Mm.
make better,
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's good. I want them to choose it when they will be older, and not do
Of
it because,
course.
but choose it because they know that, and they can see the benefits. But
Mm.
that's funny because I was coming back from school. We were walking with my son friends, and one of his friends say, "Hey, his mommy is carnivore."
So they know.
With his friends. So that was funny, and yeah, I think this example, to show them, to speak with them, and one day they will
Yeah,
choose.
that's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm. I have kids too, and I never forced them to change their diet as
Yeah.
well, except my daughter, who was actually born. I
Okay.
actually I will remember the day I went carnivore because I the day I decided to go carnivore was the day my daughter was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so it's funny because she grew actually it was just like instinct,
Yeah.
the first thing she started eating was red meat,
Hmm.
and she was carnivore for a year without any like I didn't force anything. She just kept grabbing my food. And then, of course, once you start to introduce the carbohydrates and the sugar and the fruits, then they start to eat outside of it. But I'm fine with that. That's okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they need to make the experience. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and do you also find that you know, in terms of your energy, like a lot of, like you were talking about your energy level, you're feeling great. Do you feel also, as a mom and someone who's always got things to do, working and and quite busy, do you feel like you're able to manage it a little bit easier because of carnivore?
I think so, yeah. I think because my son didn't sleep well until he was 5, so
Yeah,
5 years when I had to wake up 20 times a night, it was really a lot.
yeah. Mm,
And I think I was in keto diet, so I think I
mm,
wouldn't manage it if I wasn't in a keto diet. Because I don't know, I think I would have make a burnout or depression because
yes.
it's too much. So I think it really helped me, and now in carnivore as well. I mean, the energy was for me almost the same in keto diet or carnivore. I
Mm,
didn't see it was always great. So I know that it helped me, to do things and to when they don't sleep because they are sick or when they are waking up many times. I know that it's really helped me to wake up the morning, to be
mm,
able to wake up in the morning and
yeah.
go to work and go to school and doing everything. So yeah, yeah, I can see the
Mm.
difference.
That's perfect. That's great. Yeah, I think so. It was the same for me as well. When I first started keto, I had a lot of energy, but carnivore diet for me was like the energy just went through the roof. I was,
You saw the
I oh yeah. So it was such a big difference for me though with energy. I felt
difference.
like I feel like a different person,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, yeah.
I saw the difference when I was on a lion diet, but I only did it
Oh.
10 days. It was not, it was short, but it was too strict for me. But this time I
Mm.
saw the difference. I had, yeah, more energy, but I couldn't
Wow.
stay in a lion diet because of my binge eating disorder. So I
Okay.
felt that it would come back because of it, because it was.
Mm.
So I think if I would cut the diary, maybe I would see a difference.
Mm,
But
mm.
for me, it's my treat, so I keep it.
That's
It's okay.
it, that's it. Sometimes you have to have a non-negotiable. You can't get rid of everything.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so, you're also on social media. You talk about carnivore diet quite a lot, of course. Do you also receive a little bit of hate? Is that you should say hate or backlash from other people outside of the community? And how do you
It
deal with that?
it depends, because we don't have like a carnivore community in France or Switzerland or
Mm,
Belgium, a French country who speak
mm,
French. So it's very new.
mm,
So people start to speak it now, but I think we are the first. So it's not easy because you need to teach about it, and because people are afraid of meat. So there is
mm,
a job to do it and a work to do it about it. But sometimes when I have a video who make more view, I have more hate and more negative comments, but
mm.
it's not all the time. It depends on the algorithm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I make one reel and it's okay. It's I don't have any hate, and from time to times one is going more viral and
Yeah.
I received it. But for the moment, I think it's quite okay because
Mm.
people see it and they don't know what it is. So
Yeah.
I think it's worse in USA because it's more common and
Yeah.
so maybe people get more hate. But here, really, it's okay. For
It's
the
okay.
moment,
That's good.
So I received, I think, about two. How do we say? I had two video who was more who got more view, and I received some comments in under the video and also in DM. But you know,
Mm.
I always use my English. How do we say the joke? Like
Yeah,
joking.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I would say. So it's my way to deal with it. So I'm
yeah.
always joking when people try to make bad comment, or you know they
Mm.
write me DM and they are aggressive. I'm always trying to speak with them with humor and trying
Mm.
to be nice with them, because I think it's the best way to handle
Mm.
them. And I saw that
Definitely.
they don't know what to answer. Actually, you know, when you are aggressive as well, you start to battle and you start to fight.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't like this because I'm too
No,
sensitive.
no.
To make joke and to say when they say um, from time to time I receive like it's very bad for the environment, you are very
Mm.
egoist, and I say oh thank you so much, you know, and they're like oh. And I'm trying to be nice, you know, and to answer what they don't think I will answer, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, because with this they will not answer back, or sometimes they're
Mm.
asking more question. But I think with these people you can't speak with them because they just want to be aggressive, they just want to attack you.
Yeah,
So it,
exactly.
you don't have to give them arguments or to
Yeah.
explain them what you have. So I prefer to be like this and joke and be nice, and yeah,
Mm.
it doesn't touch me, you know, like when people are like this I'm like okay, it's not about me just because they don't like this. And I know that social media can be like how do we say, it can be a bad, I don't know, but you know when people are behind their computer it's easy to
Yeah,
do things. So I
yeah.
know that maybe if I was in front of them they wouldn't say things like this.
No,
So
never.
yeah.
Nah, they'll never say that in front of you.
Yes, yes,
No,
that's what
no.
I think when I receive this, and I'm like okay, it's okay, so it doesn't touch
Mm.
me personally. And
Mm.
what I like, you know, it's that the kid, because in France it's almost in France, you know, even if I'm Swiss, because in Switzerland we don't have many people, so I'm trying
Mm.
to search for the French community. And
Yes.
in France, like the keto, it's almost keto, and now you start to have some carnivore, but
Mm.
it's mostly keto people, and it's like such a nice community really. So people are
Oh.
really nice and very encouraging. So that's good. That's the good part of social media. So
Mm.
I'm trying to leave the the bad
Yeah,
parts. And
leave the negative behind. Yeah, you don't need it.
yes,
Yeah. Perfect. Well, keep doing what you're doing. It's great to see that you are, one of these people who are leading the community where you are and talking about it on social media. Um, do you have any advice for people who are wanting to get started on this way of eating?
I think you just have to try. You know, like
Mm.
me, I didn't want that. I didn't think that I would like it, and
Mm.
because you know, eating meat every meal, it was quite disgusting for me at the
Mm.
first
Mm.
time. And I think you have to try it. And when you decide to try it, you just get rid of all the products you have if you can, because if you have a family sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
But if you can, just leave all the sugar, the chocolate, everything. And because it's easier if you don't have the temptation. And
Mm.
then just try for 1 month, 2 months, because you need time, you know, to see the benefits. It will not
Yes. Yes.
come after one day. So I think 2 months is good.
Mm.
And after you can make your own opinion about it. But yeah, if you just check about what people think or you read about it, it's difficult, you know, to know. So I think they just have
Yeah.
to start it, to try it. And yeah, if they see the benefits, they will know that they will have to continue.
Perfect. Yeah. And are there any uh sort of YouTube videos or people you recommend for people to follow or watch?
Actually, it's more about French people, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah. So in English, I think it's like the basic, you know. I'm how do you say? I'm listening to Dr. Kids, Sean Baker. You know
Yeah. Yeah.
because you don't have
Mm,
any French people speaking about carnivore,
mm.
so I don't have
They need to
any.
watch you. They need
Yeah.
to watch you.
That's true. I'm trying because there is really nothing, and some people in France don't speak English. If you speak English, it's
Yeah.
okay because you can find
Mm,
many resources. But in French, you have no books, you have no
mm,
ebook, you have no video, you have nothing. So that's why I'm
mm,
trying to make things for the French people. But it's
mm,
hard because we are not enough for the moment. So
mm.
it's really hard to give the message, but it will come.
It will
With
come.
time.
Definitely.
We are late, you know. Here we are always late. Like you have things in USA, and here it's come like 50 years later. So when I will be 60, maybe there will be more carnival.
Maybe. Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. I think it's new for a lot of countries. I mean, um, so my background is Filipino, so I'm from the Philippines.
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that actually I interviewed a Filipina girl, and there's already a big community in the Philippines that I didn't even realize it would
Okay.
have got. Yeah, yeah, but I think slowly it really is starting to build up. I think in the next few years, maybe the French community in
I
Carnivore will be quite a lot. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think these
I think
people
so.
need to experiment and just to see how is it for them because now they start to have the information and after they need to try it.
Mm,
After more people will try it, so yeah, it will come
yeah,
slowly. So I have
yeah.
faith.
I do too. I do too. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up everything. Can you tell people where they can find you? What are your social media platforms? And yeah,
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, and I'm
yes,
trying to make the content in English and in French, because
yeah,
this can touch more people. So it's many meat, but it's with the age at the end,
mm.
because without it, it was already taken. So
Oh,
yeah, it's not
uh,
because they don't know how to write meat. It's just
yeah,
because just yes. So
yeah,
age at the end, and I have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to make podcasts with people, but it's French people.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so if you don't speak French, it's not for you. And yeah, that's it actually. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on anything else. So Instagram is the best.
Perfect. Well, I just want to thank you, Melina, for your time. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
and this has been, uh, you know, a wonderful experience having to speak to you from a different country, from mine. So we're opposite sides
Yeah,
of the world. So, um, once again, thank you. And for those who are watching, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow Melina in her Instagram and YouTube channels. Okay. Thank you
thank you.
guys. See you next time.